Hey guys, it's Cece, and today I'm here to talk about all of my favorite things from the month of November. So despite the fact that November was a really busy month, I would still say that I have a much shorter list than normal to talk about my favorites. But I would still say I have a really wide variety of stuff to talk about, from movie trailers to webcomics and new movies, and let's just jump into it so I can talk about all my favorite stuff. So the first thing I have to talk about is Stranger Things Season 2. Now, I liked the first season of Stranger Things, but I watched it a little while after the hype had happened, and when I watched it, I liked it, but I was not head over heels for it. Something changed watching season 2, and I actually liked this season a lot more than the first one. The show was just so much fun, and it got a lot more into a lot of the characters, which is I think maybe what I was missing from the first season. I liked the deeper dive into who these people are and how Hawkins works. Hopper remains my favorite character. I would die for Sheriff Hopper. Seriously. But Steve gets to, come in at a close second, and that makes me really happy. I thought he was so good this season, and 11 was really, they were so good. I think that it was a little slow to start, but the second half of that season was just so jam-packed with stuff, and I loved all of it. I cried multiple times in the last couple of episodes. I got really into the characters and the storyline, and I got so pumped for season 3. So yeah, coming from someone who liked Stranger Things season 1 but wasn't that invested in it, this was such a huge upgrade for me, and I'm really, really glad that I got to watch it. Speaking of things that I loved to watch, let's talk about Thor Ragnarok. So I went to see Thor Ragnarok twice in the theaters within 1 week of time. That's how much I enjoyed Thor. I've liked the other two Thor movies. Well, okay. I liked the first Thor movie. I saw the second Thor movie and instantly forgot it. But you know, they've been superhero movies. That's pretty much the best I can say about them. I just feel like Thor Ragnarok improved on this franchise so greatly. It's probably because this movie was so much fun, especially as we've been heading into Infinity Wars. I've just been getting bogged down with superhero movies and sick of ones that do the same things over and over again. They're forgettable for me, and they have a tendency to get darker and darker, and I just don't care about gritty superhero movies. I don't, and I never will. But this movie was so different. It was a step outside what I've seen in superhero movies in the past couple of years, and it was fun. It had a darker storyline, but it embraced the silliness that I wanted to see, and I loved it for that silliness. Valkyrie is a joy. She is so beautiful. She's everything to me. Honestly, everyone in this movie was gorgeous. I don't know what was happening. It was just this collection of the most beautiful human beings in the world. So yeah, overall, that is my review of Thor Ragnarok. It was really, really excellent, and I want to own it, and I want to watch it a bunch more times. I thought the music was really, really great, and it was fun and funny, and oh, I have to say this, I was never really into, the Loki group of people that took over the internet in 2012. I was a real step, back from that, but this movie made me care, and I think that that's its biggest triumph. I was watching it going, do I care? Do I care about Loki? What's happening to me? How am I caring? But they were such brothers. Thor and Loki were such brothers in this movie so authentically. Get Help was the best. Okay, I'll stop talking about Thor now, but I loved it. That's what you need to know. Also, a super exciting thing dropped in November, and that was the Love, Simon movie trailer. Love, Simon is the adaptation of Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, which is an absolutely fantastic YA contemporary book about a gay kid in high school. I've been so excited about this movie and so excited about the concept of queer YA finally getting adaptations, please, and I'm disappointed that Love, Simon is getting a wide release and Miseducation of Cameron Post is getting a really limited release. Okay, now let's get these YA queer ladies getting wide releases, but, beyond the point, Simon is such a huge step, and I'm thrilled about it. It is just a rom-com, a high school rom-com, but the main character's gay. He's gonna fall in love with a boy. What? This trailer was everything to me because it was every other high school movie trailer I've ever seen. It had the same music, the same tone, the same kind of humor, and I'm just so excited for me and for younger queer teens that we get this gay rom-com that's being made like any other high school rom-com. Also, I cannot stop laughing at Sweet Simon desperately trying to tell that man he loves his boots. I can't stop thinking about it. It's so cute. So here's kind of a weird thing for me to talk about. Podcasts. But I'm gonna do it. So in November, I started a new job, which is also a new favorite of mine. I got a job. I work at Target now. Making money! It's a miracle! But that job is a little distance away from me, so more and more I've been listening to podcasts on my drive there and back, and I have really started to get into podcasts. In the past, I've only ever listened to one, which is Buffering the Vampire Slayer, a Buffy podcast, which I recommend constantly, and will recommend to you again. But I've been listening to some new ones, including Another Round with Hebben and Tracy. This is such a fun podcast. So Hebben and Tracy are both BuzzFeed writers, and this podcast just feels very much like hanging out with the two of them and discussing some sillier things like Tracy's terrible jokes, but also getting really in-depth into race issues and gender issues, and generally it's just so thought-provoking and fantastic. They also have a bunch of great guests. I've gone back to the beginning of the podcast and I've been listening to it from there, and one of the very first people they interviewed on that podcast was Issa Rae. But both of these ladies are so deeply charming, they're hilarious, they get to the heart of tough issues, and they also make me laugh so incredibly hard. I can't recommend this podcast enough. I've also more and more been getting into listening to Psychobabble, which is a podcast that Tyler Oakley does with his friend Corey Cool. Psychobabble is just fun, and I love Tyler Oakley, and I love Corey Cool. The reason I started watching Tyler's channel, like, officially, was because him and Corey competed on The Amazing Race. Obviously, I knew who Tyler Oakley was before then, but that was kind of the catalyst to get me to start watching his channel, and I do constantly now. I'm a very avid viewer. I so admire the stuff that Tyler Oakley does. Psychobabble's just sort of ridiculous. It's just the two of them chatting and gossiping, telling stupid and funny stories, occasionally interviewing people. It's just a podcast that never fails to put a smile on my face, just like Tyler's channel, so it fits. I also just got a new plant. Yay! It's like happy and sad. It's happy because new plant! It's sad because that means my old plant Stevie died. Sorry guys, I don't know what to tell you. I just couldn't keep Stevie I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I just couldn't keep Stevie alive. So, Stevie died. But now I have a new plant. This is a new succulent. I really feel good about this one. I'm gonna keep this one alive. And I've named it Adam. I really wanted to name it Adam, okay? It came to me, and that was it. This is Adam. I'm so thrilled to have this plant as a part of my life. Let's just cross our fingers that I can keep this one alive. So next I want to talk about a webcomic that I reread in the month of November. It was not the first time I have read it. It was a reread, and that is Check Please, which is done by Ngozi Ukazu. If you're feeling down and you want something that will instantly turn around your mood and make you the happiest person in the world, I recommend that you also read Check Please. So in general, Check Please is about this little southern kid named Eric Biddle. He grew up doing figure skating, and then he's going to college on the East Coast, and he's going to join a hockey team, Samwell Men's Hockey. And basically the whole comic is about college and friendship and hockey. Also, Eric does this little vlog, this baking vlog, where he talks about baking, but also about his friends, and also about the fact that he's gay. And I love Eric Biddle. I want to cuddle him to my chest, despite the fact that he's taller than me. Only a little bit, though. He's so tiny. And I just want to tell him that he's great and he's doing a good job. But he doesn't need me to do that because all of his friends also love and support him. Yeah, so it's not like I care about hockey. I don't really watch hockey, but you don't need to have any of that going into this. It's a sweet, wonderful sports webcomic about a southern baking gay hockey player, and it's everything. Please go read it. The end of year 3 is going to be updated in the next couple of weeks, and I am unprepared emotionally to deal with it. So, I want to talk about my shirt. Isn't it fun? It says Beauty School Dropout. I love it. This is one of a couple of new items of clothing that I picked up on Black Friday. It's from Forever 21. I saw it on a rack pulled it off the rack and was like, this is officially the coolest shirt I've ever seen. I have to have it. I love that it says Beauty School Dropout. I think it's the coolest, but also it's really soft, and I've been trying to get into wearing more yellow lately because I think it complements my skin really well. So I've been looking into getting more yellow shirts, and I found this one, and it's cozy, and it's funny, and it's cute. Yeah, I love it. I just wanted to show off my Beauty School Dropout shirt because I think it's really great, and I love it very, very much. You know what else I loved in November? This candle from Flick the Wick. So in October, Flick the Wick sent along one of their subscription boxes. It was a Harry Potter specific box of candles. You can go and watch my unboxing. I'll put it up on the screen. And in that box were 5 candles along with a bunch of other cool bookish goodies. I'm still burning my way through all of these candles, and I'm sure I will be for a while to come. They're sending me their December box. I'm so excited. But I burned through Wizard's Wand in like 3 days because I just burned it nonstop. So this smells like it has woody notes, amber, and hints of citrus, and it's fantastic. I didn't stop burning it, and I don't know, I've just been really impressed with the quality of Flick the Wick's candles. I think that they've all smelled incredibly good, and I'm thrilled that I get to have more of them, but this one has been such a winner for me. I love candles, guys. I love candles so much. So the last stuff I want to cover is basically life events. My favorite thing that happened in November is that Janelle came and visited me, obviously. It was fantastic to see her. Janelle came and visited me for about 8 days total, and all of it is recorded in a vlog that just went up on my channel yesterday. So if you want to see some of the stuff that Janelle and I did while she was here, then go and check out that vlog. It was a lot of fun to film it. But one of my favorite things that we did while Janelle was here is that I hosted my first ever live show. I have been stressed about the concept of hosting my own live show for months. I've been a part of live shows before. I've competed in book battles multiple times. I was part of multiple discussions during the YA BookTube Awards, I think in January. But as much as I have been a part of live shows, I have never tried to host one on my channel, and that was a super daunting concept. But I had so much fun, and I think it went really well. Janelle and I discussed The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater, which has this year become both of our new, like, second favorite series. Janelle and I both read a lot, but we don't agree on what we read a lot. So the fact that we each read this series twice, like twice each, and loved it as much as we did has been super bizarre, and we just wanted the chance to talk about it more. It was great. I loved having people in the chat that we were talking to. I think it was a really great conversation. I think we had a lot of fun, and I'm just happy that it went well. So yeah, thank you so much to all of you who have watched that live show discussion of The Raven Cycle. If you want to watch it, I will also leave that up in the card symbol and you can go and check it out. It's about an hour and 10 minutes long. We do spoil like everything in the entire series, but we talk about favorite moments, relationships, how The Raven Cycle is going to develop going forward into the various other places where we get more content. Yeah, go watch it if you're interested. I had a ton of fun doing it. Before you go, I did want to mention one last thing. If you're interested in listening to some of the music that I listen to on a regular basis, I have a 2017 Spotify playlist that I update very regularly, and anything that I've been listening to for this entire year will be on Spotify. So if you want to go check out that playlist, I listen to it nonstop. That's basically like the only music I've been listening to is just listening to that playlist over and over again. And 2017 is almost over. I'm gonna have to start a 2018 playlist, so go listen to it, and maybe you will like the kind of music that I like. Anyway, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this November favorites. I hope you enjoyed hearing about all of my favorite things from the past month. In the comments below, be sure to tell me what some of your favorite things were last month, and I cannot wait to hear about all of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!